HBO Kids Video introduces the first in a new series of wildlife experiences created especially for family viewing by the National Audubon Society. Audubon's Animal Adventures. Learn what it's like to run with wolves, swim with dolphins, soar with eagles, and even travel to a prehistoric time with today's living dinosaurs, alligators and crocodiles.
Yo, belly flop!
This incredible live-action animal adventure series has received massive exposure and publicity on the Disney Channel and is now available on home video. The series begins with Wolf Adventures and Dolphin Adventures, two exciting videos that take us into the animal world where we can watch these magnificent creatures in their natural habitats. Future episodes include bear, crane, and sea turtle adventures, plus a whole lot more. Discover the exciting world of Audubon's Animal Adventures, only from HBO Kids Video.
Dolphins are pure magic, sleek and streamlined, brash and mischievous. Like wizards, they weave spells with their intelligence and charm, sparking an almost mystical bond with just about everybody they meet. They show all the signs of a smart, creative animal, inquisitive, clever, and very, very playful. Just how smart is a riddle that has captivated people for centuries. But if we're not careful, how easily we can hurt them. This graceful, aquatic symbol of friendship and peace needs all the help we can give it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So come on in. The water's fine. Splash and dive the waves with dolphins on a seafaring journey to one of the wildest and wettest of all Audubon's animal adventures. Some say dolphins are thinking, dreaming, feeling creatures, like people. They play popular roles in our imagination, often starring in our legends and myths. It has been said that the mythical Greek god of the sea, Poseidon, once rescued men from drowning by turning them into dolphins. In thanks, they were forever at his bidding.
Excitement. Hi.
When I first get here in the mornings and I get to come out and see the dolphins for the first time, it's just a reawakening of all that excitement of getting to be here. You know, they pop up at the dock, they're all bright-eyed and chattering.
Oh, hi. How are you?
Dolphins have been a special part of Linda Erb's life since she was a child. Here, at the Dolphin Research Center in the Florida Keys, she looks after 15 bottlenose dolphins, ranging in age from 6 to 45. Lots of jobs have perks, but few are quite like this.
Oh, good. Are you ticklish? No?
Oh gosh, being in the water with the dolphins is like magic. It feels so nice to just glide through the water and feel like for a little while I'm one of them, you know, in a small way, to share their place. They feel like they want to be as close to you as you do to them.
Good man, look up. Good boy. You ready? What's this? What's this? Good boy.
Sense of touch plays an important role in developing and maintaining social relationships that are crucial to dolphin survival. This may explain why they're attracted to humans. In fact, when people aren't around for a pat on the back, these dolphins have been known to rub up against ladders or water jets. Linda's pals aren't her pets. They are captive animals, looked after in exchange for information about what makes them tick.
I think it's very important that we understand dolphins, not only because they fascinated us for years. Humans are the keepers of this world, and we share it with the dolphins. And if we understand them and their needs by getting to know them in this type of environment, we can hopefully protect all of the oceans and where all their cousins live.
Can I see your tail?
Daily vitamins and regular blood tests are part of the routine at the Dolphin Research Center.
All right.
Even exercise is designed to keep them fit.
Ready? Okay, come on, girls, let's see you fly.
Dolphins have a very playful spirit. I've heard them called the children of the sea.
That was pretty good.
Dolphins may look like fish, act like fish, but they aren't really fish at all. In fact, they're more closely related to cows than they are to any fish. Dolphins are mammals. They're warm-blooded and need to breathe air to survive. There are more than 40 different kinds of dolphins in nearly every ocean, and even some rivers, round the globe. Some sport names you wouldn't believe, like melonheads, snubfins, irrawaddies, and helmets. These spirited swimmers are supremely adapted to their environment, but it wasn't always that way. 50 million years ago, dolphins' ancestors were hoofed animals who actually lived on land. The ocean turned out to be a richer source of food, so they made a few major adjustments and headed out to sea. Today, they ride the surf like they were born to it, grabbing as much as 10 quarts of air in a second through a single nostril called a blowhole. Dolphins can dive as deep as 1,600 feet, holding their breath for 6 or 7 minutes at a time. But you won't find any gills on a dolphin. They have lungs, a lot like ours. Since a dolphin has to surface to breathe, it sleeps only in snatches underwater. The dolphin's most notable feature is probably its brain. It's even bigger than ours, and some say nearly as smart.
Ready.
Here, at the Kewalo Marine Basin in Honolulu, an amazing kind of dolphin sign language is being researched.
There is a frisbee.
The trainers start by giving the dolphins simple commands, asking them to retrieve objects in the pool. The trainers wear these opaque glasses so they don't accidentally give away any clues with their eyes. Here, one of the dolphins has just been instructed to take one object to another, but there's a catch. Only one of the objects is actually in the pool. The dolphin finds the frisbee all right, then he carries it to the no paddle, as if to say, I found it, but there's no other object around. The dolphins have to do more than follow orders. They have to actually invent a response, suggesting that dolphins are more than mere copycats. they seem to have the ability to reason. Just as impressive is the way dolphins interpret commands from an underwater television monitor, or how they figure out trainer commands from a simple movement of gloved hands against a black background. Research labs like these are windows into the dolphins' mysterious underwater world, a world where they make use of their most amazing ability, echolocation. Like bats or ships with sonar, dolphins emit sound beyond the range of human hearing. The echo bounces back to them in the form of an image in 3D. In other words, their sonar is their sight. Since sound travels 4.5 times faster in water than air, the dolphin's brain must rapidly analyze complicated information by the echoes it produces. Their echolocation is so keen, they can accurately tell a nickel from a dime at a distance of 20 feet. Dolphins can tell each other apart, too. Each one has its own personal high-pitched whistle sound that's different from the rest, like a signature or a fingerprint. They actually talk to each other in a special language of clicks and whistles. A fine trail of bubbles accompanies the whistles, so the dolphins see the call as well as hear it. Traveling in groups or pods a few thousand strong, that's a lot of whistles and clicks to decipher. Talking dolphins! No wonder it was once believed they were people. And according to legend in the Amazon, dolphins turned themselves into men, even covering their blowholes with top hats to romance young women. Dolphin magic has this scientist playing detective on the open sea.
Today we're going to be going out into Sarasota Bay, moving up to the north to an area that has a fairly good density of dolphins to it, the place where we find dolphins most commonly when we're out here.
For 25 years now, Randy Wells has been following a community of bottlenose dolphins in Florida's Sarasota Bay. He's befriended 3 generations at a distance and learned a great deal about their biology and behavior in the wild.
Well, the object in doing the work down here is to study the animals in their natural environment in as undisturbed a manner as possible. So we've learned over the years how to approach the animals without disturbing them, letting them go about their daily activities while we're able to learn about them.
Well, here's a picture of Freeze Brand 36. And maybe we can go out today and find some animals similar.
Okay, now who's his buddy and who's he hang around to?
He hangs out.
Before setting out every morning, Randy and his researchers, including his wife Michelle, plot the day's agenda.
You able to figure out those animals?
Well, we think we're going to go after, what, 10 and
46.
Randy knows more than 2,000 dolphins on a first-name basis, which isn't easy, since often all he gets from them is a quick look at their dorsal fins. But luckily, each fin is unique, allowing Randy an easy way to identify dolphins in the wild.
It's a very...
He takes pictures of their dorsal fins.
Dorsal fins serve as something like a fingerprint for telling these individuals apart. Each time the dolphin breathes, the fin on its back has to come out of the water, and when it comes out, we can look at the shape of the fin and the patterns of nicks and notches on the fin, and those tell them apart for us.
The waters are choppy. The untrained eye could easily mistake a wave for a fin. But not Randy.
Looks like we've got some animals up here.
Where?
Just up here about 1 o'clock.
Okay. Who are
Maybe
they?
about 4 boat lengths.
After searching the bay, he spots his target.
3 animals.
2.
And they look fairly youngish.
Who's got the low notch?
The low notch looks like it might be Petey. And the one with the...
There they are again.
Okay, we got them. Let's get the data.
Sure enough, it's the 2 male dolphins they've been looking for, and with them, a mature female.
Getting ready to come up.
Marker
That
number
would-
24?
Marker 24. That animal looked like it was 131.
So,
We'll have to confirm all these. I think who we had here was Petey, FB10.
FB10.
See the low notch and the very straight trailing edge of the fin. He's a very light colored
This
animal.
one's Pumpkin's brother.
Right.
Okay, got that one.
And
Much of what we know about dolphins in the wild comes from the long-term research of Randy Wells. By following these young males, Randy confirms what biologists have long believed, that males tend to form strong bonds as they reach maturity, bonds that can last a lifetime, up to 40 years. Females are more fickle, switching alliances more readily. As adolescents, they hang out with females their own age. When it comes time for motherhood, they leave the group to give birth, usually with the help of one other female. Like land mammals, newborns feed on their mother's milk. Of course, a growing dolphin needs adult supervision. The other females help out, often forming a circle around the calf to protect it from marauding sharks and killer whales, or aggressive male dolphins. There are other dangers to dolphins too, man-made dangers. Over the last 50 years or so, the number of Americans living along the coastlines has more than doubled, and they've brought their garbage with them. Now, some dolphin populations are paying the price. Randy Wells' research program is involved in keeping track of how much pollution is affecting the dolphins in Sarasota Bay. Every year, Randy's research team rounds up several Sarasota Bay dolphins for a quick physical, all recorded on videotape for review. The team measures them and collects samples, including blood. Then they send the dolphins back into action.
3, 2, 1.
The checkup doesn't hurt the dolphins, and it allows researchers to gather important data about how pollution is affecting life at sea.
Many dead dolphins have been found with high levels of pollutants in their tissues. The biggest threat to dolphins around the world, there are actually 3 primary threats to the animals. Number 1 is pollution. We're just now beginning to understand the effects of these chemicals on the animals. Number 2 is loss of habitat. And the third threat is from incidental killing, accidental killing in fisheries operations around the world.
For years, dolphins have been a casualty of the tuna fishing industry. Tuna tend to hang out beneath schools of dolphins, so fishermen would simply spot the dolphins, ring them with a huge net, and pull in the tuna underneath. The only trouble is, the dolphins got trapped and died too. Today, due in no small part to protests from kids, the practice has been halted in the United States, but for some 6 million dolphins, the ban came too late. In many other countries, fishermen continue to catch tuna this way, as this hidden camera recorded. With so much stacked against the dolphin, every life is precious, so whenever one is stranded, rescue workers quickly spring into action.
It's a tough life out there, and we humans have impacted these animals dramatically. I'm not sure that I really would choose to be a dolphin out there.
Biologists aren't the only ones trying to save dolphins. This man has designed an unusual way to reach people about the plight of dolphins.
Are dolphins magical creatures? I think, yeah. They seem to communicate on more than just a verbal level. I think dolphins sense people. I think they sense how our hearts are beating, how we feel, if we're in distress. That's the thing I think about dolphins that's magical.
John Ballou, an artist in San Francisco, California, draws inspiration from marine parks and oceans all around the globe. At the center of his art, and his heart, are dolphins. To John, these are no ordinary creatures.
Dolphins are unique in that there just seems to be more intelligence involved with their interactions. They don't seem to have the aggressive nature that many animals do. They seem to have no fear. They seem to be coming up to you when you're working with them and greet you like, "Hi, I don't know you, but I'm here," and it's wonderful. It's really wonderful working with them that way. I believe that by putting forth the best rendition of the animals and pulling to the heartstrings of people, this is my way of fighting for all the endangered animals in the world.
History is filled with tales of dolphins allegedly coming to the aid of people by lifting them above the surface of the water at regular intervals, allowing them to breathe. According to Roman folklore, shipwrecked sailors were rescued by dolphins. One lucky kid supposedly was taxied to school every day on a dolphin's back. Today, the help of dolphins is being enlisted to encourage the recovery of kids and grown-ups who have been sick or had accidents. The guy in the hat, Dr. David Nathanson, runs the Largo, Florida Dolphin Therapy Center.
People are mesmerized by dolphins. They love to see them in the water. The sound that the dolphins makes helps hold the attention of the kids, and the dolphins themselves are very interactive. They like working with the kids. Dolphins themselves are very, very interested in anomalous kind of conditions, someone who can't move their arms or legs properly, for example. And most interestingly, they often interpret that as that they need to be gentler with them.
Wow! Come right under your arm. Okay, go, Greg. Pull up tight.
For the patients here, hitching a ride on a dolphin's dorsal fin offers an immeasurable lift to the heart and spirit.
Tight, Gavin.
The dolphins seem happy to oblige.
Good job.
The pure delight dolphins seem to have as they ride the waves is a joyous reminder that the sea is a vital source of life. Imagine a user-friendly ocean, like the one in this computer game, without fishing nets or harpoons. 2,000 years ago, when the ocean was a safer place, a great philosopher named Plutarch said, "The dolphin has no need at all for men, yet it is a genial friend to all." Still a friend after all these years, the dolphin has much need for people now, for it is only people who can cure the ills of the underwater world. The dolphin's tales of heroism and friendship should make anyone think twice about doing anything that could hurt them. For tens of millions of years, dolphins have graced the oceans of the world. With a little luck and a lot of help, the sea will be theirs forever.